Welcome to Angular 8 tutorial. Today we are going to discuss session 22 of this series, and which is all about ng-switch directive in Angular. So I would request to go to my previous tutorial, which is especially on structural directive, because you should know what about the structural directive, how many structural directive we do have, like if, for, and we are now switching over to ng-switch structural directive. So let's start with. Okay, so ng-switch is a set of cooperative directive, as the definition says, is all about. How? Because it contains ng-switch is the superior one, the superior directive. Within that there are two more. It's called ng-switch case and ng-switch default. You can compare to your native language you are having, the like C#, or you maybe go for Java, you go for C++, and other languages too. Okay, so there you can see, right, we are having one switch based on one condition matches the respective case statement getting executed, right? So we will see just in a graphical mode as well as practical mode how it is going to work. And ng-switch is not exactly so-called structural directive. Why so? Because it is an attribute directive. Then what it turns so that it is getting called as structural directive, because of there are two other switch directive we do have, and the two other switch directive is nothing but your ng-switch case and your ng-switch default. These two are called your structural directive, and it is abbreviated using the star mark over here. Okay, these two. That's why, as it is cooperative with this ng-switch, we are so called ng-switch is a structural directive. That's it. But if you will see the way of it is writing, it is your attribute directive. Okay, so we'll simply see with a graphical presentation how a example gonna to work here and why. And okay, so let me complete the graphical presentation first. You will have a ng-switch case. This is nothing but your condition statement. Let's suppose the first condition, my ng-switch case variable comes up with a green text. Okay, as you know, nowadays like ng-switch can be supported for a varchar or can be for a string formatted data. That means earlier in C, if you'll see, we used to have ng-switch with only integer or boolean, right? But here if you'll see, here ng-switch incorporates with a string like green. Okay, so if it is ng-switch case is green, a green mark will come here. Let's suppose if it's yellow, the same thing, yellow mark will come here. This is nothing but your case statements. Let's suppose this is case 1, this is case 2, and we do have ng-switch case red, it will be case 3, which will appear in red color, right? And if ng-switch case is blue, like that, so on it will go. If it's purple, it will be purple. And what about, so we are talking about ng-switch case, and we have 5 ng-switch cases over here, 5 different color, 5 different representation. What if there is no switch case? Let's suppose instead of green, yellow, red, blue and purple, I'm simply passing as white, or maybe something passing as sky blue. Then what is supposed to be, or pink, what is supposed to be happen here? What will be the output, right? So there is a default case. If I'm passing anything, no color or anything, then it will appear as there is no color. That's it, the way a switch case works exactly, right? But if you'll ask me why ng-switch case or switch case in a programming language is preferable, one thing, a common reason is your performance issue into a code optimization technique. Let's assume one scenario, you are having one condition, one variable called I, and if I contains 1, then you will print, okay, 1 is the output. Let's suppose I is equal to 2, you have to print 2. Okay, 2 is the output. If it is 3, like so on until 100, let's suppose, how you are gonna to handle? So you are supposed to be handle using if else if like that. Then what will the flow? Let's suppose this is if, this is else if, this is one more else if, this is one more else if, and you are passing one condition in a variable called maybe red, then how many condition it needs to be passed through? First it will check, okay, if ng switch case variable contains red, no, let's go to else if it contains, no, it is yellow, then go, okay, red, now I'm fine with, so execute this statement. What if I am passing as no color, let's suppose a hard coded string, then it will go through a 5 step. So it is the execution step, it has to go one by one, right? Then it is a problem and it will consume memory. So in that case, if you will put switch case, simply based on the condition, it will directly jump to the particular color or it will display. That's the way we are handling the code optimization and the performance technique. That's why if you want to check with multiple condition rather than going for else if, you should go for switch case. Okay, so let's see an action. We will go for example now. So we are going with a simple example. We are having a app component.cs, a component.html. First I am supposed to do something. Let's suppose maybe some variable name I will go here and I will design accordingly. Okay, maybe the class name, I'm just giving any name you can go for, and it is of type string. If you want you can write, or you can, if you don't want also, that is fine. Directly if you write, it will auto assign. Okay, so class name, okay, string, and here I am just okay, let me tell you, it is not a class name. I just want to do something. Okay, you will just understand what is the way of doing this mechanism. I will just explain you. And here I am just going with going with a list of called class name. Okay, let's maintain the camel casing, class name, okay, of type an array. Okay, I'm just going for one array object here, and that's all good. Now where I'm supposed to assign this array? So either you can better to go for constructor or ng on in it, where this class is going to be initialized. Ng on in it is the one more step, it will execute. So that time I want to get it executed. So I will write here this dot lst class name, and here I'm supposed to do like this. Okay, so just for some interest of time, I have typed already. Let me copy that. Yeah, so yes, so I'm just assigning 5 colors over here: yellow, red, blue, green, purple. Okay, so our class name is ready. A list of class name is ready, then class name is ready. What is the purpose of this class name? I'm just gonna to tell you guys just now. I'm just gonna to design on HTML, and just for sake of time, interest of time, I'm just already have typed this. I will just explain you what my intention is. I supposed to create one drop down list, and within drop down list, whatever the color I am going to select, based on that color will become as an output window. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so if you'll see, okay, I am just generating one drop down here. Select is nothing but is the HTML control which will generate a drop down for you, and here I am just binding using ng model, guys. So here you can see I'm binding with ng model, and to use this, your app model.ts should be using your your forms module. Okay, so it is required to use that ng model. We require this component forms module. Okay, so let's close this, and yeah, ng model class name, I already have explained like how to use ng model and all. Please go through the previous tutorial you have not gone through. Okay, and I'm just, the first option should be please select, and now you would have understood why I'm just putting please select, so that when the page will load, what will be the initial value, right? So I just want it should be select as please select. That's why I'm just doing this mechanism. And here if you'll see, I'm generating other option out of this lst class name using ng for, again it is a structural derivative, already have discussed in our previous tutorials. You should go now, okay, if you are not covered. And I'm just assigning this color alias name over here, so that it will generate a drop down over here. Now what if I will select something, so it will come up with, okay, so let's paste some of HTML. I already have typed just for the interest of time. Okay, so it is done. If you will see here, what I'm supposed to do here, I have a div, and that div I'm just here writing ng switch case, and how it is supposed to be treated. I'm just passing this class name, guys. So if you'll see, right, select statement is binded with a model property, and the property name is called class name, and I'm just simply passing this class name to this ng switch the condition value. So whatever the value it will contain, it will try to match the exact case. That's why I'm applying tool, where if you will see here, it can come up with any format. It is, see, y is a caps over here, the first letter is a caps over here, right? So I'm not maintaining any casing, so I'm just writing as usual. So, and there is some styling things, nothing but it will just paid up. And here the main thing I'm supposed to say, here there are two things which comes as a structural derivative, because you can see there is a star mark, that means a structural derivative. But if you'll see here, ng switch is abbreviated and with used as a attribute or property binding, that's why it is a attribute derivative, right? So if you'll see ng switch case, if it is green, it is gonna to generate a background color of green, and height is nothing but just a presentation, nothing else. You can change this for your own. If it is yellow, the same thing it will happen. What if I'm not passing a appropriate value as per the condition? Then it will simply display no background color selected. That's it. So let's just run it and let's see how it is going to work. So I'm just running the ngserve command. Okay, so the build has been started, and it will be ready soon. So basically whatever the existing changes, it will generate the process is called transpilation, right? It will generate the respective JavaScript code, because we are writing in a TypeScript. Right now it is ready. Let's switch to the browser and will run. As you know, it runs with the localhost 4200 port. Okay, so if you'll see, I'm just running localhost. Yeah, here we are with, so we are good to go. Here you can see there is a drop down over here, please select, and we are having this 5 color which is coming from our code behind. Okay, why it is no background color initially? As if you can remember here, I'm just assigning one class name, and class name is supposed to come here, and it is hard coded. Let's suppose if I will change this to yellow, right? Just check what is going to be behave. See, this is going to be yellow, but I just don't want. I just want to undo and just save and get it refreshed. Okay, so initially I am not selecting, so it is asking me to select, and there is no background color. And this is all done by switch case, as you know. If I'm just switching to yellow, it will be yellow. It will be switching to green, it will be green, and purple, and so on. And let's suppose I won't select anything, it is going to be no background colors. How fast it is, how appropriate it is. So that's why this is just a representation how you can make use of switch case statement. That's it. So you should go whenever there is a requirement, you have to analyze, you have to optimize, then which one will be the preferable. As I said, when to go for multiple if else, when to go for switch case. So that's why we are having ng switch case derivative provided by Angular. Okay, so thank you guys, thanks for watching this video series. I will be coming up with my next session soon. Probably it will be on template reference variable. What is all about, please stay tuning so that you will get over. And kindly I would request to please subscribe to my channel, so that whenever there is a video post, you are not gonna to miss that. It will pop up to your notification window. Okay, so till then, keep smiling, keep sharing your knowledge with others, and keep learning, because learning never has an end. Thank you.